Micro farms make Minecraft survival way easier, so in this video I'm going to show you how to build 5 micro farms like an auto kelp farm and a flower farm. First farm is this auto kelp farm. The kelp grows in these 4 tubes here, is harvested at night, and is collected up in this chest. To build this farm you need 7 redstone dust, a daylight detector, 4 observers, 4 pistons, 16 building blocks, 6 glass, 34 oak trapdoors, 10 kelp, 2 oak signs, 2 water buckets, a hopper, a chest, and some temporary building blocks, about 16. And we'll grab all these items and start the build. The first thing you want to do is dig down an H shape, something like this, and make it go 1 block lower so we have an area to put down some of the redstone for this build. Now once we've done that, we want to have in the middle here the H shape of redstone like this. Then on top of that we'll put a daylight detector. It'll go right here. Also, once you've placed down the daylight detector, make sure to right click on it once to turn it on to night mode, because if it's on day mode the farm will not work correctly. Put on night mode, it should harvest this once it turns night. We'll probably have to dig our way out of here. Now that we're out of here, we're going to place an observer facing down towards the redstone on every single corner here. That'll be observing that. Then we'll place a block on top of each one of those. And with the pistons here, we'll have a piston facing towards each tube, so one facing here, one facing here, one facing here, and one facing this direction. We'll then place a piece of dirt on top of either side of here, so there's an area for the kelp to grow in. And we'll grab the glass and make it go all the way up here. So starting right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now place 2 building blocks on this piston, 3 on these 2 pistons here, and 4 up here like this. Once we've done that, we're going to get out the trapdoors and place them on every side going all the way up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to do it on every side here. Get out the chest and the hopper and place down the chest on the side of this trapdoor here with the hopper leading into that chest. Now place a temporary block here and place trapdoors off of the side of it, so that we have an area that the water is being contained by, so it doesn't fall off the sides. And once you've placed all these trapdoors, then just flip them all up like this. And you can also place some trapdoors on top of here, so we'll place dirt there and place a trapdoor right here and a trapdoor here. Then break the temporary blocks of dirt here and here, and also make sure to flip down all the trapdoors on the sides as well. Now go back up to the top of the farm, and you can actually do this really easily by flipping up the trapdoors and place 1 water bucket here and 1 water bucket over here. Let the water kind of flow down there and there. Get out your kelp and go down this side and basically plant kelp all the way up here to turn all these flowing water into water sources. Then break all the kelp, although you can just leave 1 piece at the bottom, but we'll do that later. Go on the other side and do this as well, placing down the kelp all the way up there and breaking it again, just so we make sure all these things are sources. Place down the kelp on these 2 smaller tubes as well, but make sure not to place kelp at the very top here, or this one right here will turn into a source, and we do not want that. So only place the kelp up to the line of where the hopper is there. Now most of our kelp was collected into the chest here, so we're going to go on the other side here and place down the last bit of kelp. And now place down 1 piece of kelp in every single tube, now that we've used it all to make the big tubes here all be full of the water sources. Now that each one of these are planted with kelp, we're going to get out these 2 oak signs here and place them both facing the hopper here. So 1 on the side of the hopper there and 1 on the side of the hopper here. Make sure to do this after you've got these blocks turned into water sources, or this will just turn into an air pocket instead of a waterlogged sign. For the final step, place a piece of dirt here. Place a trapdoor on the bottom of each one of these so that they're sort of at the lower half of where a trapdoor can be. This will stop too much of the kelp from flying out the top when it's broken. And now the farm's basically done. And now you have a fully automatic and small kelp farm. Kelp doesn't grow super quickly, so even though these are sort of small tunnels that it's growing inside, that shouldn't really limit the growth at all. And of course you could connect this chest here into, let's say, a smelter and get yourself some kelp blocks or dried kelp. Next we have a lava farm. Now as of Minecraft 1.17 you can have fully renewable lava, and this farm takes advantage of this with this nice system producing you 9 lava buckets at the same time. And to build it, you need the items that are in this chest right over here. You'll need 9 cauldrons, 9 building blocks of any type, 9 pointed dripstone, 12 trapdoors, and 9 lava buckets, as well as 9 temporary blocks. The first step is to place down the 9 cauldrons in a 3x3 box shape, just like this. Once you've done that, you want to place down a temporary block, and on top of that temporary block, place down your building blocks, another 3x3 shape just up here. Once you've done that, place down the other 8 temporary blocks up here, and on the side of those, place down your trapdoors. This will keep the lava in there, and surprisingly enough, lava buckets cannot actually burn trapdoors there, because for whatever reason they're not flammable. Probably because of their interesting shape, it'd be hard to coat in the way they burn. And just flip all these things down here. Now break the blocks here, and take out your lava buckets and place one in every single one of these spots here. But of course be careful not to burn yourself, so grab all the buckets here, and place them all in here. Make sure all these blocks are sources and not flowing. Once you've done that, go off the side here, break this block, and to finish up the farm, place a pointed dripstone on the bottom of every single one of these blocks. That will enable the farm to produce your lava that it'll contain in these buckets here. Once it slowly fills up, although you cannot see it filling up, it'll go to a fully filled lava cauldron. And of course, once those cauldrons are full, you can just right click on them with your buckets and get yourself this fully renewable lava, perfect for a fuel source or a build. The next micro farm is this automatic flower farm. Now it is a bit too big to call it a micro farm really, but it's still a somewhat small build. It definitely efficiently produces a lot of flowers using the bone meal in this dispenser here, and it even automatically collects them, which most flower farms don't do. And you still don't need too much to build it. All you need is 30 grass blocks, although you can just build up with some dirt and let the grass spread to there, 10 pistons, 31 building blocks, 10 glass, 1 dispenser. You'll actually want 2 dispensers for this build, 2 observers, 8 redstone repeaters, 43 redstone dust, 1 lever, 2 chests, 1 hopper, 1 rail, 1 minecart with hopper, some temporary blocks, a water bucket, as well as some bone meal to actually make the farm work. So we'll grab all the materials out of the shulker box here. And the first step is to place down 2 blocks like this. Then place a dispenser on top of one of them facing upwards like that, and grab out our grass blocks and place them centered around this dispenser. We're going to go out 2 on either side this way, so it's sort of 5 blocks across with this being in the middle. Then we're going to have 3 blocks go this way and 2 blocks go this way. And we're going to now fill in this space, so it is a 6x5 space that is fully filled in with the grass blocks here. This is going to be where the flowers grow on top of. Now on the side with this block sticking out here, we're going to grab dirt and make it go 1 block away here, so there's a block of air between the grass and this line of dirt. Of course this could be any temporary block. Now grab out your pistons and place them all across here, so there's 5 pistons going there. Now on this side, go out 2 blocks away from the grass there, make them go over here, and break these 2 blocks here. Then place the pistons across these dirt blocks here, and we can just break the temporary blocks as they're not needed anymore. Now go on top of the farm and place glass on top of the grass here, where the pistons are just touching the grass. On over here, where the pistons are a little bit further away from the grass, simply place a block of dirt here, and put glass across here. This is going to stop the grass from stopping growing, but it's also going to make it so that the items do not fall out of the farm. Now grab out your polished andesite or whatever building block you want, and starting here, make a U shape of this building block going around the farm. This will have some redstone on top of it to power the pistons. And stop it right here, so there's none of the building blocks on this side. Then place redstone dust on top of all these polished andesite going around the entire farm. And you actually want to break this piece of andesite here and place it here. So this is not parallel with this line here, but it's kind of facing outwards, so not towards the pistons. Now place 1 piece of andesite right here that is sort of 1 block away from there. Then place a temporary block, place an andesite, place a temporary block, place an andesite, and break both of these. This will give us a trail to put the redstone leading down to here. And you can see this middle piece here is parallel with this block right there. Now right next to this block here, place a double chest like that, and get one of the hoppers going into this chest, place a rail on top, and place a minecart with hopper on top of here. This will collect the flowers and seeds that the farm produces. Now on the other side of the central area here, you want to place down a piece of andesite, so sort of 1 block away from this piece, so kind of on that 1 axis, you can see it's over there, or 1 block away from there. Then go up 1, but place a temporary block first, and then go 4 over here, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have it going up like this, with the middle block here also being centered with the dispenser. And place redstone starting here, going all the way over here and across this, but don't put 2 right here. Place 1 here, and place 2 redstone repeaters here facing this way with 4 ticks of delay on each, and place a lever right here and flick it on. Then have an observer observing this piece of redstone here and this piece of redstone right here. Now with the 2 observers here, place 2 building blocks in between them. Place a redstone dust on top of each of the observers, making sure they're facing downwards, and place redstone repeaters going this way and have them both on 4 ticks of delay. Have a dispenser facing this way, you can kind of place it on the side of the block here. Inside there, put a water bucket, then place a redstone dust on top of there. This will be what breaks the actual flowers when the farm is running. Now place a redstone in a pattern something like this going around the farm, and the last step is to build the clock. So start by putting a repeater right here, then off of that repeater, place a repeater facing this way and a repeater facing this way, and put redstone on either side. So place a repeater right here, and 2 repeaters off of it like this, and place redstone here and here. This is basically going to separate the clock from the rest of this, so when we're powering this on to stop it, it will not ruin this clock. What you're going to want to do is place a piece of redstone dust here and break it as soon as you can, so something like this. That will start the clock running, but if you do it too slow, it'll just power the whole thing on. What you can also do is break and place one of them there, but I found the easiest way is to simply just break and place here. If this is being powered on already, that should just make that turn on. And now the farm is basically done. We just have to put the bone meal in here, and flicking this on, you can watch this work. Now it is incredibly loud, but what basically happens is the water will initially dispense, and then you can see it starts farming the flowers here. And now that all the bone meal is done, I flick the lever off and the water flushes all the items into the corner. They're picked up by the hopper minecart and go in here. You may have noticed we only got 2 types of flowers and of course some wheat seeds. The thing about this farm is what flowers you get are solely dependent on what biome you build this in. So basically look out for an area with the type of flowers you want, try bone milling the area as a test to see which kinds of flowers pop up, and then just build a farm there. And of course you can get really lucky with this, let's say building this in a flower forest, and having an area where you get like maybe 5 or 6 different types of flowers spawning, and just test that for the little 5 block area where you build this. And that is the flower farm done. The next farm is an ice farm, and to show it off we have to teleport over here, and you can see it is working because it's up in a mountain. You want to find an area where the water turns into ice, and that generally is in a mountain biome. And so when you find a mountain biome, you can have this as your ice farming area. You can see where the ice is starting to generate already. It does grow a little bit slowly, but you just saw one grow there. And of course, once it's grown a bit, you can break this with your silk touch axe or a pickaxe, whatever you want. I would generally suggest a pickaxe as it's quicker, and the entire thing refills with water, enabling it to grow even more ice. But how do you actually build this? Well, just make sure to build it in a mountain biome, but all you need is 2 water buckets, 11 stairs, and 13 slabs of actually any type you want. Start off the farm. Simply build 6 slabs in a row, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 5 off of there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then starting here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then put a 1 water bucket here and 1 water bucket here. Grab the infinite water source there and fill the entire farm up with water, so all these blocks on the side are waterlogged. Of the stairs that is, none of the slabs should be waterlogged. And now the farm is done. So simply wait for it to freeze over, break it with your pickaxe, and then when it freezes over again, you can get some more ice that is completely renewable. And of course, you can always make this bigger to make it a much more efficient ice farm. That's a nice simple build if you want a good little supply of ice. And staying with the cold theme, we have a very efficient snow farm. This one is also quite simple, but because of its design, if you kind of aim between these 2 snow layers here, you break twice as much snow as you normally would. And with the silk touch shovel, you can farm the snow layers. And with a standard shovel, you can farm standard snowballs, which can of course be turned into snow blocks. So to make this, you need 2 building blocks. I have polished andesite, 11 trapdoors, 4 snow blocks, 2 carved pumpkins, some temporary blocks, and some stone shovels or better to farm up the snow with, as just stone shovels are able to insta-mine snow layers. Now start by placing down 2 building blocks like this, then place 4 of our temporary blocks on top of them, and place 2 trapdoors on every single side around here, except for these 2 blocks at the front. We'll flip them all up. You can kind of see the farm taking shape already. Now once we've done that, we're going to break the temporary blocks inside of here and get inside the farm, and you may need to break and replace some things to do that. But actually keep one of these blocks inside here and place a trapdoor inside and flip it down. So we sort of have these 2 areas of the farm divided by this trapdoor. Now place these dirt temporary blocks around here and over here to make a little container, and put them up around here as well. Place down 2 snow blocks here and a carved pumpkin to have a trapped snow golem here. Now break this block and just sort of push it down there. Once you've done that, you can much easier spawn in the other snow golem here. So simply just place down the 2 snow blocks here and the carved pumpkin, and that one spawned in as well. And now the snow farm is done. Just get out your stone shovels here. I would suggest filling up your entire hotbar with them. And then make sure to look between these 2 snow layers. So once you've broken one snow layer, you're looking at the other snow layer, and simply hold down your left click like this, and it'll break both snow layers at the same time, bring out your shovel almost instantly, but also farming you up a massive amount of the snow layers. And just shift to the next shovel once the first shovel is done, and go through those until you've broken all your shovels. And once you have broken all your shovels in this super quick snow farm, then go to your inventory, go to the crafting recipe here, and just shift click all those snowballs into the snow blocks here to get yourself a super quick supply of some nice building blocks. And you can see there, just in those couple seconds, we have over a stack and a half of snow blocks. Hopefully you enjoyed these 5 micro farms I designed. If you want to know if these work in Bedrock, I don't actually know, so you're going to have to test that out, as I do not have a Bedrock Edition account currently. But if you do find that one of these works or doesn't work in Bedrock, feel free to comment that down in the comments so that other people can have that as a good reference. I'll see you in the next video, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Goodbye.